What's up, guys? Welcome to the Real Christian Show. My name is Pej, and I'm not your only host. Baby, how you doing?
Hi, I'm Jalyn.
If you didn't know by now, how's Texas?
It was good. It was a good quick visit. Definitely a lot humid there than here. I'd never recognized the humidity until I left for 8 months.
Well, you haven't been there in 8 months. It's
mhm.
been a minute.
Mhm.
Big changes or anything that you were like, crap doesn't feel like home or something kind of like
There's a bunch
weird?
of new builds in between the three towns that I would go to. Um and I'm like, what is it? There's like a IKEA, an HEB. I'm like, I'm from a really small town. Where are
Yeah.
these coming from?
It's crazy how
And
many things can
homes.
change in 8 months.
Yeah, and new homes. There's like a Whataburger within 5 minutes from each other. Wish they had some here.
I feel like most people that listen to this don't even know what a Whataburger is, but maybe that'll be a topic even in of itself for another time.
Whataburger would smack here. It would
Yeah,
blow in and out of the water
probably.
for show.
Guys, just so you know, with the Real Christian Show, we have different formats that we do. Today, we're just gonna have like more of a just conversation, Jalen and myself. A lot of questions that I'm gonna ask you, baby. Then you guys can submit your own questions. We usually just take the questions that you guys DM us or on YouTube channel, whatever. And then another one, we're gonna bring a couple guests this week and next week, so that's gonna be really fun. I think we have some cool people coming.
Yep.
So hearing their story and their faith and whatever. And then the last one, just trendy things that we see in the internet, things that we talk about. But anyhow, today we're gonna be talking about a topic that I think a lot of guys either they want to ask their wife or spouse, but they don't ask it. So I'm gonna ask it. I think a lot of you guys are gonna be able to relate to this one. So I think every guy wonders why one woman chooses them over everybody else. And I just have a question for you. Why did you get married? Like, why did you choose me specifically? Like,
Well, for starters, you were very, very different than any guy I've ever dated in Texas.
because I'm from Chile and
Yeah.
Utah, different
Not that
state.
it
It was
mattered that you were from a
inconvenient.
different country, because it didn't matter. But you're just different. You're a different human being, and I think a lot of people would agree with me when they meet you. You're just different. You're unique. You're not just what's the word? Gosh, I lost my
You know what I mean? Just
like
different.
yeah,
Like,
you're just different in a good way. Um
yeah, I feel the same way too.
Yeah, like when you were
With you.
asking me questions, it's funny. I would tell people, "Yeah, he was asking me questions." I felt like I was in an interview, but like in a good interview. You weren't asking me like, "Oh, what'd you do today?" or like, "What's your favorite color? What do you like to eat?" Like, if I took you on a date, what's your dream date? Like, no, you were like, "What's your number?" You called me immediately. You had urgency, like you were intentional. Um, and I was like, oh, here we go, whatever. And then you're just asking me questions that I was like, you were like, what are your, and at the time when you asked me this, I didn't really, I don't know, you're asking me like, what are your goals in life? And I'm like, well, I'm in an apartment right now and I just work by myself and I'm single and I have a dog. Like,
But like
I don't
nobody.
really, you're just like asking me questions like, what are your, what where would you see yourself in 10 years? And those are just things that I just never thought about because I was 24. I was like, or 23, 24. I was thinking I was 23. And I didn't think about that. I was just thinking of like the next week I was doing or when my next lease is
So
up and
nobody
like, where do
ever
I go
like
next?
helped you to think.
No.
How?
I don't know.
Do you think was that like a culture thing in like in Texas
Oh, wait,
or
what did you say?
like just make you think?
Yeah, no. I think it was just, I don't know. I guess you just went with the flow. You just,
So when you went on dates, like what was the topic of conversation? Like, what's your favorite ice cream? Like, what do you do for
yeah.
work? Or like, well,
Yeah, what do you do for work? What's a crazy date that you went on? Like just small talk, pretty much.
do you think a lot of guys just do like small talk with women,
Mhm.
and that's why sometimes women have a hard time
Yeah.
like finding a good guy, and vice versa too.
Yeah, or girls like pick up with a red flag immediately and they're like, "All right, I don't want to do this." I don't know. Um
Interesting.
or like a lot of conversations are I hate to bring this up, but like you're drunk conversations. And I think those are like the real questions that you're like, because you're just bold about it. You wouldn't ask it when you're sober.
Yeah, but they're not really authentic,
No,
or
yeah.
nor you remember.
Yeah,
Do you
you
think that
don't
happens
remember.
very often?
Yeah, I mean, especially when you go to bars, what are you doing? Either you're really hanging out with your friends
Mm.
or you're trying to find your lover. And I promise you, your lover's not at the bar.
So you think just deep, good conversation?
Yeah. Yeah, you just were really good with just really good, deep conversations and
Mm.
actually listening. Like I said, you've always said, like, what do you want? Like, what are, like, all about you. And, so,
You never saw that was like a red flag, like thought that it was kind of like a red flag? Because I always think I can be kind of like no
well,
filter, kind of like
it
a
just
lot,
made my
maybe.
brain just think so much. It was to the point where it was, like, turning way too much. And I was like, hold your horses. You're asking way too many hard questions. Let's slow down. But that was the only thing. Like, I can't remember any like red flags. Maybe just doing long distance, and I'm like, should I do long distance? Is it even worth it? But um, when we met, and I just felt when we just kept talking in person and being with each other, it was well worth it. And
Yeah.
I don't cry a lot in front of people, and I have cried in front of you, and I saw how you like treated me, like
Why'd you cry
that,
in front of me?
because I trusted you.
But like, do you think like we had trust like right from the beginning, or?
mm. And also, I like you were really good with like compliments. You like to compliment me, and so I just felt like you were just already, it like just felt like home, pretty much.
Yeah. Did you always want to get married
I
growing
never
up?
knew if it was ever in my cards. I always was told like,
Well, put your mic more like this, baby. Sorry. Just put it more like
I was always
there.
told it happens when you least expect it. And honestly, like I truly believe that.
So you were not looking.
No. I mean, yeah, I had Hinge, but I wasn't like intentional with it. I mean, yes, I was intentional, but because I didn't just go on dates with just anybody. But the conversations on the app would just be like just the conversations on the app. It wouldn't be like, what's your number? What's your Snapchat? What's your Instagram?
But like,
Some,
I just don't understand that. But like, why
I
though?
don't,
Why do you think that is?
either booty calls, which I never let that happen, but
Yeah.
I think just, um, I don't know. I don't know why these guys are just, I think they like to hide behind the phone and just let their photos talk, you know? I can't even remember if I even like looked through your photos. I think I just saw one photo and I was like,
No,
oh,
yeah,
he's cute.
you of course, you for sure did, for sure. What's your definition of confidence? I just have a follow up question with this. What's your definition of confidence?
um, like you know that you're cute, but you're not cocky about it.
So it's but not just like
And
physical appearance. I'm just
um,
talking about like real confidence, self worth, self esteem. What's your maybe not definition, but like what do you think it is for you?
mm, I mean, it's the opposite of like, well, confident.
I'm not
I
trying to
don't,
put you in the
yeah,
spot,
you are.
but
That's what.
because I remember one of the first conversations we had, and I want to ask your perspective on it. I was like, listen, I'm not this amazing, cool guy that has everything figured out. As a matter of fact, I struggle a lot.
Mhm.
I'll show you all
I mean,
my
you're
weaknesses,
human.
my mess,
Yeah.
the things that I'm working on,
Mhm.
just so you know the good and the ugly, and just take it or leave it. Like, I
Mhm.
don't want to just put this facade of like, oh, yeah,
Mhm.
look at me amazing and all good and look at what I'm doing, which,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. But I just wanted to be real with you.
Mhm. No, I didn't
And,
expect you to have all this. You know, I always wanted to grow with my person. I didn't I w- I didn't date you or get married to you because you had X amount of dollar bills in your bank account, or you had a nice car, or you're from a different country. Like I didn't see that as that. Like you're human and I want to grow with you. Like we
yeah,
can
but where'd
grow
you learn that
something.
though?
I don't know.
Cause like, baby, like you don't understand. Like that right there is so rare and kind of like a unicorn. And honestly, and I'm not just saying this because we're married. I'm just like, well, I'm saying it, you had this, and that's why I married you. One of the
Mhm.
biggest reasons of why we're together now. We're having a baby and doing our family. But I talk to guys all the time, and I truly believe the one thing that guys want is somebody that genuinely believes in them and that
Mhm.
wants to grow with them and is willing to eat crap for a little bit and be there for the good and the bad and be a supportive and play the game together instead of like a final product.
I didn't grow up with the biggest house, the nicest car, with X amount of money in my bank account or money given to me by my parents. I didn't grow up like that. So I did not expect you to have that um at all. Now, I just wanted you to have a good head on your shoulders. Like I'm not good with numbers. Yeah, I'm good at saving up, financial balancing it out, but you were good at um just
What am I good at? Figuring stuff out,
yeah.
I guess.
All right, I mean, you're just more like smarter on some ends. So I was like, okay, we can balance this out. Like you're good at this, I can be good at this or
But
that,
why weren't
and
you looking for a final product?
because I'm not a final product. Like I wanted to grow together. Like I truly
I'm not
do. Like
looking.
I don't think I have any examples in my life that they literally started from dirt and grew up to this big billionaire couple. But I mean, me and you both have ran into couples, families that are like that. That they're like, yeah, I've ate crap for 15 years and now I've built and bought my house for cash. So um no, I didn't expect you to have it all because I don't.
I
And
think that right there, it's the most dropping nugget,
mhm,
fire, spit, whatever you've said in such a long time. I didn't want this because I didn't have it.
mhm,
I didn't want a final product because I wasn't a final product. I think so many guys and girls too. I would say mainly girls than guys. They're looking for these. You gotta be this high, this amount of money a year, this da 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 da
mhm.
da, and they want all these
Well, I
things.
had that. Like I had like someone said, write down your dream guy. What like write it down. Oh my gosh.
Like a
I
list.
do remember this. I remember exactly who told me this. Like write your dream person down, like little things. Talking like your height, color of their eyes, just anything what they did for a living, how much money they made, like whatever, and put it under your bed and just leave it there. And, like some could happen. And granted, like
Do I match that
I can't remember that list, but like,
list?
you
Six
know,
foot.
I just I
Blonde.
trusted you and I believed in you and I wanted to grow with
But
you.
why? That's my question, baby. Why? Why did you trust in me? Because like I remember so many times, and this is my other thing that I wanted to ask you, and I think a lot of guys can relate and will relate. Like I told you from the get go, Jalyn, you know what? I struggle with suicide in the past. Like every 2 weeks or something, something hits me, and you were part of it. Like you saw, I literally didn't try to hide it. I just show you the real, the good, the freaking ugly, the amazing, and all the bad stuff too. But why did you decide to choose that? That's my question.
I think I talked to guys back in the past that thought that they had it all. And I knew that it wasn't going to last or it wasn't going to be fulfilling for me. And I just wanted someone that was on the same path as me, I guess.
Just real,
Hmm.
raw, authentic, willing to get better.
I had dates that had daddy's money and would just spend their money elsewhere, and it wasn't. Um, I don't know. It didn't feel like he like earned that money or earned that. So
What do you think women or girls really want from their guy, from their spouse, boyfriend, partner, whatever?
just them to listen. Like
To
I just
listen?
yeah, and I'm very grateful that you listen to me. I feel like a lot of girls want their husbands to really listen, not just be like, oh, she's being a bitch today because I didn't let her get her nails done, but here, you can have the card, go get your nails done today. Like, I don't know, like, that's not why she's upset. She, maybe she had a rough day, or maybe some of her girlfriends just aren't talking to her today, or like, I don't know. I feel like just listening, like actually listening, not sitting on the couch or sitting in your bed before you go to bed, like actually just listening to her. I had, um, well, I would have girlfriends that I would just like vent to, and I would vent to my mom or my grandmother and just vent. And now that I think it's so cool that like I have my person that I can literally just vent to you if something little happened at the Walmart when I was there, or you just like, or what's actually going on in my mind. Because I don't know about you, I get in like really deep thoughts when I'm in the shower with no music on. That's great. Or even like before going to bed when it's silent, box fans rolling, and I start thinking, and then you're just there to just hear me out. Like, just,
Why do you think most guys, and we've talked about these like in the like different marriages that we see or relationships or whatever, and we're like, we don't want that. We got to do some work. But why do you think most guys don't listen? What do you think that is? From a women's
because
perspective.
I all I can think of is maybe the only answer that the guy thinks is giving her money or making love, having sex. That's the only two things that I think guys think that satisfy women the most.
Money and sex.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting because for me, I look at women and you guys are so emotional, like beings too, and we both are, but you guys are a little bit more. And it's very hard for a woman, and there's always exceptions. I'm just talking about in the general rule. It's very hard for a woman to even interact or do any sexual activity or whatever if there's not an emotional connection established.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you have sex but you don't listen, there's no emotional connection, then you have sex like it doesn't mean much.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you don't even go there because it just feels weird, like too forced, because there's not a friendship, emotion, like investment in the relationship, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So money and sex, interesting. Yeah,
I mean, because that's
I
what
can see that.
satisfies guys. So I feel like that's what they think that women are. But yeah, that's a really good example of like girls are more emotionally attached and guys are more physically attached.
Let me ask you this: do you think most guys don't? They're not really good at listening to women because a lot of people are not good at listening to guys, and that's why they don't know how to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. Maybe.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because coming from me, like I would say, and I always say this. I was talking with a friend about it today, actually at church. I was like, I think if somebody asked me, let's say I'm going through something hard at the time, and they ask me, "Hey Ben, would you rather run 100 miles or go talk to your wife about this issue that is bothering you right now? What would you choose?" I would definitely go run 100 miles. Like it
Mm-hmm.
comes more natural. Like
Mm-hmm.
genuinely me opening up about something and talking to you
Yeah.
and being vulnerable. It's
Well, because I
extremely
think
different. And it's not about you, but it's a me thing.
yeah,
It's an
yeah,
insecurity thing. It's a
yeah.
walls
Well,
thing.
and it's still a work in progress.
And
Like
I still
I
try to
have
do
to
it, but
get it
it's
out of
tough.
you
Yeah.
a lot because I'm like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And you're like, nothing. Like it's fine.
I feel
And
that
but
is
it's
what
like
it
either you're just stressed
does.
out about like work, like what to do,
Mm.
money, financial stuff, like whatever, and then we like talk about it because you're just letting it out. I feel like in your brain, you think you're letting me or you're letting me down, or like you're
For
just not
sure.
right.
Dude, I feel shame.
And I
I
don't
feel
ever
like
want
I'm
you to
letting
feel
you
like that,
down. Yeah.
because yes, that is your role in this family, is to provide and protect. But I don't want you to have to do it alone. Especially the providing thing. I mean,
Mm.
you have blessed me to only work so many days in the week, or little days of the week, when I used to work 6 days a week. And so I'm very grateful for that. But also, I still want to work. Like, I don't like just sitting at home doing nothing. Like, I still want to work and make some type of money. I know it's not much, but it can it can help. Or just so I don't want you to feel like you're the only one doing anything. Just like I said, I want us to grow together And that's why we're doing this podcast together.
Yeah.
Because you've been doing this podcast. You've been sitting on this desk talking, doing the podcast, and you feel like you're not having gotten anywhere. And then as soon as we get the cameras rolling, as soon as we get the cameras rolling, the mic's out and the lights out, and your wife is sitting here, we've hit 5K views on our first video. I don't know, but let's do it together. I want to do it together.
I agree.
That's the whole point of marriage, just doing things together.
And I think for me, that was so unknown until I met you. Like, I remember the first time, I would probably say that I've cried in front of 2 girls in my life, like that I've had some sort of like dating romantically or something. And one was like an ex like a while ago, and then she ended up cheating on me. And then the second one's you. And I remember, I think the first time, I don't know if you remember this, but I was done training MMA. It was at night. You were in Texas, and I called you, and I just started crying. And I was in my truck. I was crying like a little bit, just talking about certain things. And then I hang up. I was bawling my eyes out. And then I called you from the bathroom, and I was crying like a little baby. I don't know if you remember. Maybe you do, maybe you don't.
It was probably over a year ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is like over
Yeah.
when we were dating. Yeah, it's like June, maybe June or May or something like that. I think it was June, July. And I remember that conversation, baby, you have no idea, but how much energy it took for me to call you, because I was like so uncomfortable to call you crying. Because I was like, oh crap, we're dating. Like, I can maybe marry this girl, but she's gonna see me at my worst
What
right
made
now.
you say, okay, you know what? I'm going to grow some balls. I'm going to call this girl. And I'm going to tell her what my problem was.
Well, I definitely had some trauma with women before.
But
Of
what
like,
made you want to
but this
be
is what I'm
open
saying.
to me?
I've definitely had some trauma with women before of like not trusting them or opening up, until one of my, actually it was my therapist that told me, you don't connect with people very well. And I became very defensive. I was like, what do you mean I can't connect with people very well? And she's like, no, because you give, you listen, you do everything for other people, but you don't allow people to listen to you. You don't receive love very well. Like, you don't receive help. And that struck my heart like a javelin. Because I was like,
what?
like a javelin, like the thing you throw.
Oh.
So I was like, you're right. I have a hard time, and things from my childhood and whatever. But before I met you, I was practicing that of like, if I want to get married at some point, I need to be able to talk. I can talk about things that I've done in the past and I've struggled, but it was very hard for me to talk about current things.
Yeah.
Especially with a woman, you know?
That you haven't solved. Yeah.
And I started practicing because I would see my family and friends, and I would see, from a women's perspective, I would hear them and how much it hurt them not being able to connect with their spouse because the husband is not talking or communicating. Or one would tell me, like a really close family friend would tell me, yeah, dude, like this dude we're in bed and he's bawling in the side of his side, rolling like his back on, like showing me his back, like his face is on the other side, and like covering his tears so I don't see him. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he just wouldn't tell me. And I don't know what happened. Like, I'm trying to listen and be there, but he just wouldn't tell me.
Yeah.
And I saw the pain that it caused in the relationship, that for me, I just made a decision of, I don't want that. And I know it was freaking hard, but I think the pain that I've seen in people and that principle right there has caused in relationship was greater than the pain that I was going through of calling the other time. So honestly, it was just like, I just don't want to experience that pain.
Yeah.
Did I trust you? 1,000%. But also it was very scary to call you.
Yeah.
Because I thought, I was like, oh, she's not going to like me. She's going to love me less. Or this is where she's going to be like, oh, crap, these dude, red flags or whatever. Like, doesn't have crap together. But yeah, it took a lot of me. I don't even know if you remember what you told me.
I don't know.
Well,
I just, at the end of the day, you have to remember, like, we were only, I mean, yes, that was a year ago, but we're still in our 20s. We're figuring it out. We don't have everything. We don't have all the answers.
Get it, baby. But this is the thing. Most people don't think that way, especially women.
Yeah.
I know it's like common sense for you. Of like, yeah, let's grow together. Friggin', we don't have everything figured out. Yeah. I'm not asking. You can't ask for things that I don't have. I promise you, guys are gonna listen to this stuff and be like, "What in the actual crap?" I guess it's just
the standard. I guess a lot of girls have a standard that these guys have to meet, and if that's you that has these standards for these guys, then you better meet those standards for the
Exactly. You
guys.
cannot ask for something that you're not willing to bring to the
Mm-hmm.
table. Like, for
Yeah.
example, what you told me there, you like told me, like, okay, man, calm down, breathe, relax. Listen, man, I want you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't care what you drive. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care
Mm-hmm.
what you wear. I want you.
Mm-hmm.
And I would rather build this thing together with you instead of you having everything already and me just plugging into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want us to do this together. Babe, that for me, I was like, I can die for this woman. Like, I'll kill someone for her. Like, I was fully bought on. Like, you just sold me on Jalyn there. And it was the, like, unconditional love. I have never experienced that until I met you. And I think so many guys and people in general, guys and girls, go years in life never knowing what unconditional love is, especially when they're at their worst.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how you developed it. I think we should do a case study,
Yeah.
bring some
Because
scientists,
I don't know
figure it out.
how. I think
But
it's
you know
just
what I'm trying to
common
say?
sense. Yeah.
I know it's common sense for you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that in someone, like in a couple, like in a marriage? Like we both come from divorced parents or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
so like messed up families, all that stuff. So it's not like, or maybe something you imitated, whatever. I don't know.
I mean, definitely my grandparents. My papa, he. Hi,
Hi,
Papa.
Nana. Hi,
I know he's
Papa.
watching this. Um, he has always taught me to just love your partner, and he loves the crap out of my Nana. He does anything and everything. I remember they both were working and they were always busy. But pretty much every day, he would just make sure she's fed, make sure she has food. Um, and he just has unconditional love. And I think that he truly taught me to find like that person that like truly loves you for who you are. Um, and whenever I met you, I started talking to them about you, and I've never talked about a guy, especially towards them. And they saw how happy I was. They wanted to know more about you, and they invited you to their house. My papa cried to you because he just felt that you were very genuine and you could love me unconditional. Um, So he was definitely a example. Like their love is definitely an example that I
That's
want.
awesome.
They did, have um some past stuff, but like they've been together for 25 plus years. They don't have any kids together, but it doesn't matter. It's just the love that because they both weren't receiving love from their previous
Spouse,
marriage,
yeah.
and that's just what they were missing, and both of them had so much love to give that they found each other, and they love each other. And my papa would do anything for my nana, and my nana would do anything for my papa, and they would do anything for me and my cousins and their kids.
How has experiencing real love changed you?
What?
Like experiencing real love has changed you. Has that healed you in any way? Has that brought some walls down, helped you with insecurities, weaknesses, made you a better woman, a better person?
Yeah, it
Like,
definitely has made me feel more like myself, and I don't have to put this presage up that like I don't have everything right or everything the right answer. Um,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You don't have the right answer. Was there a moment, babe, like during like when we were dating, that you were like, "Oh, we're gonna get married because of da 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 da"?
I'm still trying to figure
Because
that
a
out.
lot,
Just kidding.
right?
Just kidding.
Because a lot of people they tell us like we got married pretty quick.
Yeah.
I mean, you've probably heard
Yeah.
that too. So was there something in your life that you're like, okay, we're dating, but oh, this can go into
You didn't
marriage
wait
because
6 years. You didn't wait. We didn't wait. You didn't wait to choose me. You chose me. And I think I remember you saying like, what, and I think this was my example or my reasoning to other people. Why do we have to wait? Why is it? I mean, the timing was great and how we met, but why do we need to wait another year? I remember someone telling me you need to see them throughout their whole seasons, like seasons of life, so a full year. And I don't believe that. I believe that if I love someone truly, like I can love them when they're at their highest point of life or their happiest and their lowest.
Well, it's easy to
And
love somebody when everything's going
or
right and
like
they're happy and whatever.
yeah. Um but yeah, going back to like the timing thing, like why do we have to wait so long? A lot of people, you don't know him. Well, you learn so much from, I feel like with my grandparents, they've been together for 25 years and they can say, I know my husband or I know my wife like the back of my hand, but there's something, a new problem shows up that day and they're acting different and you're learning something
They're
new.
still getting to
There's,
know that
yes.
person, yeah.
Yeah. So always just getting to learning each other. Now, I knew you weren't no serial killer and you weren't here in the States just to get married. A lot of people come to the
Yeah.
States and get married and you've already been here
Was
for,
there ever like a worry about like these guys from Chile, Utah,
no,
Latino?
no. I
I
mean, you
don't
were
know.
here for 5, 6 years at the time. So I knew you weren't just here to just get married and get your green card. Like,
How
I
do you
knew that
how do you
wasn't a
know that?
problem.
How do you know
Or, I
that?
hope not.
Okay.
But yeah, we got married early, but I wouldn't change it any other way. I wouldn't change how we got married, when we got married, or anything. That's how I wanted it. I didn't never have this Pinterest board dream wedding. I never did. I didn't care to. And I have a lot of people, even when I went back home, telling me like, um uh, I wish I
And you
would have done
regret?
that. I wish I would have just eloped,
Oh,
saved
loved.
money,
I
and
don't think people would know that we eloped, but yes, we did
yeah,
elope.
right there, like that puzzle right there. We
We got
literally
married
just
in a
went to the
mountain.
mountains and got married, and
So you
that
never
was it.
wanted like a fancy wedding because now they do
Mm,
like 7 parties before you get married,
yeah, no, I
which I
didn't
think is a
really.
huge red flag, and it's actually an indicator that you're most likely gonna get divorced at some point.
No,
But
my dress was literally from Amazon. I did my hair. The flower was from your but
Armani,
yeah,
I
his
think
wife
you're
got
right.
it, and it's fake, but it's still alive. Like it's still chilling in our room. Um,
Is it in a room
yeah, it just lays there.
on the dresser?
Yeah,
Oh.
and then we got a cake made, and we have a piece frozen in the freezer, and we'll eat it in our 1 year. Like it's great. We got great photos. Last minute photographer, and you still have that suit. Like it's crazy. I don't know. I wouldn't change it any other way. Um, what was your question?
I don't know, but I was just listening.
Sorry, I
And
start losing the question or the true answer.
well, because what made you?
Oh, what made me get married?
Yeah, I think it was talking about like, was there a
Oh
phase
yeah,
in
yeah,
your
yeah.
life? Again,
You
married these
just
two.
didn't waste time. We didn't waste time. Um,
So can you meet somebody in a month, 6 months, 1 year?
if
You know, I
if
saw this.
y'all
Let me
if
just say
y'all
something.
align really well.
I saw this quote on Instagram that people say we normalize meeting somebody and having sex with them on the first date or some going to their house right away, but we don't normalize saying, you know what, I want to wait. I'll meet this person in 6 months, whatever, and I would rather marry them instead of like having sex with them right away or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought it was actually cool. We normalize hooking up and sleeping around instead of, hey, I really want to get married and start my family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know there's people that stories that they get married pretty quick. They don't even know
I
each
just
other.
think
They end
that
up
we
getting divorced.
aligned in a lot of
But
things. Um, and I trusted you that
what did
we
I
could.
do for you to trust me?
Oh.
Like, what did I do? What did you see? What did you feel? What did you hear? It was the biceps. It was the smile. Just
It
kidding.
was
What?
that
It
smile.
was that.
Your
What?
smiles
What was it?
takes me
Like,
away.
real talk.
I just knew you were human and you have been through the dirt and you still go through the dirt. We both have gone through the dirt, and we're still going through the dirt. And I just felt that yeah, you're human. You don't have this big old fancy life yet. I want to be part of that. I want to enter this fancy life together, holding hands. And like I still believe that like you can take us there one day. So
Why do you think so many women are so entitled? Of they want certain things that they cannot bring the same value to the table. Like
I just think of like different movies that they're like, like some movies are like, oh, you have to be this, like they have like daddy's money and like, you have to. I mean, I understand, having these standards for these guys, but also,
like being picky. You should be
yeah, you
picky
should
for
be
sure.
picky for sure of who you shouldn't just have some random person off a hinge or whatever. You pick that person to be your husband, and then
Yeah.
I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think the same as women, so I can't speak on that. I really can't.
So you were never like that before?
No.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's like a purple cow or like a unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't happen very often. Anyhow, I have a. I mean, this is just like a real raw question. I did tell you about something that was sensitive to me, like suicide stuff. Was that ever like a red flag to you?
Mm-mm.
Why?
Like I said, you're human. Like you're
But like it's
like.
different from like yeah, I have
Oh
problems
yeah,
versus
like I
like dude,
didn't. Yeah,
I go to the point
I've
of
actually never like had someone.
because I'm an extremist, so I can go. I would be like very high,
I mean,
but also
it
it hits
still
me very
scares me
low.
to this day. Also, whenever you'll haven't. I mean, you haven't had like a little episode in a minute, but like
I think I'm chilling now.
when you did have
I'm
those
chilling.
episodes, I was scared because I was like, you want to get married or you want to have kids, and what if just one day you just feel like you're this worthless man and you want to end your life, and now I'm here pregnant and married and having all your baggage or all these bills to pay. How am I gonna do that? Like, so I did still have those like doubts of like, oh god, you're gonna leave me soon, or what if you do leave me soon?
Yeah.
So I've had those like scares, but having someone come up to me and tell me that like they've had suicide thoughts, I've never experienced that. So I was new to that topic, but I knew I needed to make sure that you never felt alone and you always felt worthy, because you do. And just making sure you feel seen and heard. Because it's funny, you were like, I've learned oh
What? Get me emotional.
baby. I remember you said that you were insecure a long time ago with girls, and I never believed that. Because I feel like you've never been insecure. I have seen insecure guys. I've dated an insecure man before, and that shit hit the fan a lot of times, and like I can never see you be insecure at all. You're just like a happy man, and no one would think that you have gone through insecure things. I still can't like believe that.
And that's why I like to speak about it because like people, like I had this kid like reach out to me on social media. He's like, bro, one day I would love to be like you and like this stuff. I'm like, you don't want my life,
See, I
dude.
hope you
He's stressful as
well,
fuck. Like every
only
single day
see
I'm
what
questioning myself.
they only see what you put on social media, so
Yeah, but I do this so they can know by my own mouth that I'm like,
yeah,
hey man, I don't even know what I'm doing. There's days that
yeah.
I wake up and I'm like, what am I like? What's my purpose? What am I doing with my life? Like you saw me so many times just here in this carpet, bawling my eyes out, praying to God. I was like, I need some clarity.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, I don't know, like I hate social media because it shows this facade of like how amazing
Ugh,
and perfect
social media is
your
terrible.
life is. It's like the documentary on Netflix that we watch of the Texas girl that would post everything and all these cars, buying this piece of land, them getting married, the baby shower, the wedding, and everything. But on the flip side, the real life was that everything was fake, everything was in debt. Then the girl ended up killing this woman, taking the
Just to
baby, and it
have
was
her
a whole
baby.
mess.
Yeah.
So I just think social media is so fake
Social
that
media is fake.
I just like to try to
Yeah.
show some sort of just reality. And that's what it's called, the real Christian show. It's not because it's, oh, this is what Christians supposed to be. Yeah, part of it, but it's just be real. Like going to church, being a disciple of Christ, it means that you're a sinner that needs help. A church is a hospital for sinners. And I think a lot of times church and Christianity seems as like these perfect persona, sunshine and rainbows, and never done anything wrong. I'm like, dude, I need Christ because I'm such a messed up person.
We all are. None of us are
You know?
this perfect person. And if you ever think you are perfect, well, you got a rude awakening.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think that's why I just bringing some reality to life. I think
And
the world really needs
that's
it.
one of the things that I fell in love with, is that you were a real human being that has been through the ringer, and you don't have daddy's money. You don't have, all these expectations. Like, you're just real.
Let
Real
me
person.
ask you this, baby. I think many guys will listen to this and maybe they are in the same situation that I was, of like not being able to communicate, or walls or trust issues with women. What would you say to a woman or a girl that
When
is
you do
in
this.
that maybe is married or dating a guy like that, and the dude is not opening up or whatever, and maybe they just need to be better at listening and show support and be like, hey man, I got you. Like what would you say to somebody like that if they're dealing with somebody with old walls and stuff, whatever? Like what can they do?
I would just say that, just make them feel seen and heard. Just keep asking questions. How can I help? Is what you could say. Like, how can I help you feel like better? Or how can I help with, today's task, or like whatever. I don't know, just listening. I know, I don't know. Because if someone doesn't want to tell me like their problems, I won't dig deeper. I'll just let them like tell me. So I feel like it just, you
You do
gotta,
give space. Yeah, you give
yeah, I
space.
definitely gave you space. I mean, I prayed about it because I want us to be closer than ever. I want to know more than you would tell your siblings
Or my
or your
mom.
mom.
Yeah.
Because like, I think I remember you were like, hey, I'm leaving. I'm gonna go do this with my mom. Da da da. And I'm like, I know what is going on. You're gonna come back home. And you're gonna tell me what the hell is going on.
I need to talk to my mother. I'm a mama's boy. But I mean, I think now I've told you
Yeah. No, yeah, we moved past
everything.
that. But no, yeah, yeah. So I guess just don't be pushy, but just pray about it. And I just, and once, if you two, if you're aligned with God, y'all both are, then y'all could be aligned with each other. It's like that triangle, you know?
Explain it.
The triangle. If you're following God.
There's a guy in the middle.
Yeah. And then
Guy, woman.
yeah.
The more they
Like
get
if
closer
you're
to.
like getting closer to him, then y'all be closer than ever. Like every night me and you, we pray and we read and we talk about like what we've read and all the things, and I feel like way closer than ever when we do that. Because we're nitpicking at each of our brains of like what we've learned. Um yeah.
Well, something that you do very well, let me just compliment you a little bit, is that you also give me the space for me to be the man,
Yeah.
to be the guy. I think a lot of girls too, they're kind of like overbearing and they don't let the guy lead or protect or provide or try to figure it out. And they don't give that space, and maybe they're more of a like a bossy type of woman or whatever. And it's funny because I've talked to so many just girls in life, and I've always asked them, okay, what do you really want? What do you really, really want from a guy? And they always say of, you know what, I want just somebody that makes me feel safe and protects me and provide for
Mhm.
me. I want to feel that somebody has my back and that they can listen to me.
Mhm.
And even though a lot of women they show like this boss babe, boss B, or just whatever, I'm like, dude, most women they just want to feel safe. They want to feel that
Yeah.
when there's a problem, the guy can come in and be like, "Hey, babe, I got it. Don't worry."
Mhm.
And you don't have to deal with that
I just
stress.
feel like these girls haven't felt provided or protected maybe in their household, like with their fathers,
Yeah,
you
that's a good
know,
point. So past experience.
past experience,
Yeah,
or
but
just
that doesn't
haven't
make it
haven't
reality though.
haven't felt like that with any man, and that's
I
what I
agree.
felt with
Yeah,
you.
I
So,
agree. I think there's a lot of guys that are a bunch of wussies for sure.
mhm.
Like they have a hard time leading themselves. So I'm like, how are you gonna lead somebody else? Like, and I'm not saying you have to be these perfect, all the results and perfect product. No, but at least you know where you're going. And like, how can you lead yourself? If you cannot lead yourself, how can you lead somebody else? How can you lead a family? Is there a moment in our like when we were dating? Because okay, we talked about okay, now we can get married, whatever. Was there another time of okay, I can see this dude as the father of my children?
Mm,
And I know it's kind of the same thing with like marriage because obviously it leads up to having
yeah.
kids, but
Um,
or maybe when we were dating of like I can see da of a great.
I've seen how you are with kids, and I absolutely adore it. With us being with primary, or even just with
Oh, we gotta call him with primary again. Let's go.
or even just like with neighbors' kids. Um, and I've always like um if I would see my friends or family with their kids, I'd be like, "Can you believe that's yours? Like you made that?" And I just couldn't wait till I got to say that. Like that's my baby. I made that. You know, it's a mini you, mini me, and um um that didn't really answer the question. Sorry.
No, you said how because I do love
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah. I
I
guess just
do.
seeing you with other kids and um I mean, this is our next step is like to have kids. Um
Do you think a
and
lot of girls look for in guys like father material, like husband material, or they just look for somebody that again like a pretty face, nice body, makes money? Do you think they focus more on the superficial instead of like actual skill
yeah,
sets that
maybe like they'd say like oh he would be a nice, father of my kids. He's cute or he has good genes, I didn't really look at that.
because
I just
I don't hear a lot like I'll see like with guys that they're like oh she's wifey material of like she's good with kids she
mhm.
does
Yeah.
this she has the skill set but with women I've never and I don't know like in your case but I don't hear a lot of like oh that can be a great father a great husband like they
Mhm.
just focus on more superficial
Mhm.
stuff too.
Yeah, I see what you're saying now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Um are you asking like do I like see it that way
I
or
was just
no?
asking if do you think girls just focus more on the superficial aspect instead of like he can be a good dad. Okay, you know what? Like it's worth
Yeah.
talking
I
about.
mean like before we got married, I didn't really like see you with kids kind of. But I knew that if I wanted to marry you, like eventually we'll have kids. Because we're both doing the whole parent together. Like, did you see me as a mother figure, or as like that you would be? I would be.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I mean,
1000%.
I
As soon as
definitely
I
saw
met you, I
you
told you I
as
wanted to have kids with you. Like our
yeah.
friggin' the first week.
No, I definitely like that was yeah. I definitely wanted kids with you for sure. Not because like you had like I said you didn't have like all this stuff to be a dad, father, like
Like what?
I don't know.
What are you
I
talking
don't
about?
know how to answer.
You put me down.
Sorry.
I'm trying to say I had nothing going on for you when we got.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, if you would have asked me this time last year if I was gonna have a baby, I would say you're crazy. So
What do you think is the one thing, or maybe a couple things that you've changed the most since 2025 before we met till now? Because you've matured like crazy. Like you literally said it when you went back home. Everybody's like, "Oh wow!" Like I never thought that you were doing ta ta
Mm-hmm.
ta and saying something and standing
I
by it
think
and
just
making decisions.
having you there to help me. Not you're not controlling, you're not a controlling person, but I feel like you have guided me to find my voice. So, props to you.
Kind of like empowering you in a way
Yeah,
for you to use that.
to like help me like navigate that and express what cuz like I mean, especially like the spiritual things that has been going on and all the different things in my life, like to express it and to recognize like, hey Jalyn, you did this is big, like you don't just sleep on it, like this is, this needs to be talked about or this needs to be recognized.
So do you think it's mainly your confidence increased?
Yeah,
Like, why do you think a lot of women or a lot of girls are so insecure then to make decisions, to be confident in what they're doing, to stand by it,
maybe worrying about what other people think.
just worrying about what people think?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right, babe. I have one more. You did a huge sacrifice, which it was sacrificing your career at the time, quitting your like ending your job you had, moving
In
from your
Texas.
hometown
Yeah.
and your family, moving to a different, complete new state, doing something and being in a place you've never been before. Why were you willing to do all those sacrifices? For me, for us,
Mm-hmm.
why?
Because I'm 25 years old. Why not? Like, I
Why are you
I
laughing?
don't know. Because you're like, all right,
Oh,
moving on.
I'm 25.
No, I, if I'm going to move, why not move now when we're young, don't have any kids yet? I remember my aunt told me, my dad's sister, you know, she's always wanted to live in Colorado, and they started having kids. And like still to this day, she's like, we want to move to Colorado, but she's like, do it now while you can, while you're still young and fit and have and don't have any kids yet. Just do it now. Um, so that stuck with me because I've never been anywhere else besides my hometown, and I always thought like God put you in my life for a reason, and if I needed I needed to go full force with this relationship because I mean why did you just show up in my life? Because we both had Hinge, you were in Dallas, like no, there's always a reasoning,
Purpose for me.
purpose for it. So um yeah, I trusted you. I trusted that it was going to work out, and yeah, it did suck to restart it all and meet new people and whatever, but I like it. I like where I'm at right now because it's very
Yeah.
humbling and fulfilling. Um, I used to work with 15 girls at a salon, and not gonna say it was perfect, but I mean, it was fun. I got to, be with 15 girls. And now I work next to someone that's been doing hair for 45 years, and he's awesome, and he has older clientele, but dang, I got some advice and some stories to tell, and that's just humbling and fulfilling. And there's just no competitiveness. There's no, and these old ladies think I'm the cutest little thing with my bump, and I love it. I feel like I wouldn't get that if I was in a salon with 15 girls. They'd be like, just another day. Um, so it all comes down to a purpose. I don't think it's a coincidence that we met and you're here in Utah, and I mean we could pick it up and go back to Texas if we had to, and that'd be okay. But that's comes down to purpose, I guess.
Yeah, last question. I know I asked you before about what would you say to a girl that the guy maybe is not opening up or whatever, and the girl wants to just hear him out. What would you say to the guy now, addressed to men that have a hard time being vulnerable? Wait, how do you say it? Vulnerable?
Wrong.
You guys know what I'm trying to say. That have a hard time opening up because they think that their girl, their spouse, or partner, they're gonna lose respect of him
Mm-hmm.
from him. What would you say to that guy that has a hard time opening up walls, that trust issues?
I mean, I would say just do little by little because you can't trust just anybody. But I mean, if it's your spouse and you're married, you gotta have trust. Um, dang it, I don't know, Ben.
I think, as you said, it's little by little. And I think also thinking, well, what would happen if I don't do it?
Yeah,
Like on the flip side.
just the communication. I was really big on that when I was in Texas and explaining some things, and I expressed that you have taught me communication the past 8 months because that's all our relationship, trust and communication. um we never go to bed upset. We always need to talk about it. And me, my stubborn butt, like, I like, no, I'm going to bed, turning over, and you're like, Jalyn, let's talk about this. So I'm not perfect by any means, but like, because I'll still go to bed being upset, but you know
I'll call you out.
yeah.
I think that's probably the worst piece of advice somebody told me is like, yeah, go to bed mad, like brush it off, don't talk about it,
Yeah,
just move on. I
no,
was like, what the? Like, that's
never.
literally what I saw my parents get a divorce. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like things that they did for 30 plus years that compounded for so long
Mm-hmm.
that then you try to solve those things and there's so much crap to
Mm-hmm.
unpack that is almost impossible.
Yeah.
And there's just so much. It's like when you grab a piece of paper and you like how do you call it when
Crumble it up.
you crumble it up and then you open it and you see that there's like it's not the same piece of
Mm-hmm.
paper. So like they would just put dirt in a wound instead of like actually going
Mm-hmm.
and healing that wound and making sure it recovers properly and
Yeah.
talk about it.
I guess the communication just needs to be um pretty good. I don't know. It just comes down to, like, when you have problems, just don't bottle it in. Just say it. Why do you have to hold it in? I don't get why people don't want to, like, when you have problems and you're having these problems, and then weeks, months go by, and then someone wants to talk about it and relive it, but then the other person, like, no, I don't want to relive those feelings. Well, why? We need to figure it out, just like with you and your brother. Like, sorry, go down, but well, y'all need to talk about it so it doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
With these problems, I want to know. I want to hear your. Sorry,
That's
I
fine.
just
He's gonna come at you and be like, "You're talking crap in another podcast about me again."
no. It's just the
But
communication,
I think
like,
him and I is like the perfect example. Like we've gone through the ringer, like
yeah.
ups and downs, but at the end of the day, like it's like when I didn't invite him to the wedding or to your baptism,
Mhm.
and then we talk. And he's like, "Well, you didn't invite." I was like, I was just not willing to
Mhm.
talk before, and I'm not fake, so I'm not gonna invite you pretending everything is good, and then it's all weird.
Mhm.
So I was just not willing until I got sick, and I was watching The Chosen, and Kraz was like, "Go talk to your brother before you come to me," and I was like, "Oh crap, I gotta go." I gotta
Yeah.
go say sorry to my brother because I actually love the guy to death, and now we have
Mhm.
a great friendship. And just setting some boundaries, but actually respecting each other and talking
I feel
instead of
like a lot
trying
of people, like, someone said this at church. Just
to.
be yourself. Don't sugarcoat anything. Stop sugarcoating stuff. Just be real. We're all human. No one's expecting you to be this perfect person. If you have an opinion, say it. If you want to do something, do it. I mean, at the end of the day, you are making yourself happy, and it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. And I
Yeah.
mean, I take that advice every single day because I used to live like that. I used to live making people happy and not myself.
You know what?
Um,
I don't care what people do, but I have so much respect for people that actually do what they want to do.
mhm,
And they give two F's about anything else.
mhm,
But they're doing what they want to do. Even if I disagree with them, which I know a lot of people like that. But I'm like, you know what? I respect that because they're still willing to stand on business and do what they want and be
mhm,
unapologetic about their life. Both men and women, instead of pleasing everybody and being 30, 40, 50, being in a relationship that they don't want to be in, career job that they don't like and they hate, being with somebody that they don't get along with, and living somebody else's dream.
mhm.
So, um, anything else you want to finish to our audience before we wrap it up?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Nothing.
No, I don't have anything.
Guys, appreciate you guys. Love you. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. Let us know your question in the comments on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Apple Podcast. Actually, if you're a guy, if you're watching this, I'm just gonna put it out there. If you're in St. George, we're doing an event August 14th, and we're actually talking about that, about men, about suicide, about opening up. It's called The Silent Battle. It's going to be a great event about helping men just breaking those walls and overcoming that silent battle that a lot of guys go through. And I think women have a lot to do with it and helping guys um beat and win that silent battle that they go and that they go through. So August 14th, if you guys are here in St. George, you're more than welcome. Let us know in the details in Instagram. You can see all the information. But yeah, we love you guys. Have a blessed day. And I'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.